Okay, this is the 17-second rule, Suzie Sayz style. And it's an exercise that I learned through Abraham Hicks, following Esther Hicks. You should have a look at it on YouTube, with regards to 17 seconds and literally creating your day according to the first 17 seconds of the day. And it works. I came across it. I knew that I had to make some radical changes, and I was in my life a few years ago. And this simple thing, there were so many people telling me things, and it was just so noisy in my head. And I was in the same story of stuck. So if you resonate with stuck, this is the Suzie version of how I started getting unstuck. And it literally saved my butt with regards to how I was spiraling in my life, emotionally, everything wise, relationships, everything. So 17-second rule. And how this works is, when we wake up in the morning, I don't know about you, but certainly with me, when I wake up I used to wake up in the morning, my old habits were, the moment I had an alarm clock, first of all, that woke me up. So the first thing I did was I picked up my phone, and it was in my hand to turn it off. And I was, not all the time, but I was certainly guilty of hanging onto my phone and then clicking onto, whether it be WhatsApp, who's messaged me during the night, whether it be Facebook, whatever it was, whatever messages came through. And then I'd put my phone down, I'd get up, go make a cup of coffee or what have you. And in that journey from the bedroom to the kitchen, I now had all the conversations going on in my head, and all the things that I had seen on Facebook, on social media. I had it now in my story, in my mind, and it kind of set the tone for the day. And if I obviously was not hitting or receiving a good message, or I got an irritated message, then I would be irritated before I'd even put the kettle on. And I know a lot of you can resonate with this. So what I realized and what I learned was, those first 17 seconds determine what your energy field, what your mood, what everything is going to be for the rest of the day. So you wake up, you pick up the phone, you've got a crappy message on the other side from someone, okay? And now it sets your tone, and you get out of bed, you're like really annoyed. You head to the bathroom, and that's probably the first thing. There's probably, anything could happen. You've now set the tone of irritability, okay? So the toothpaste now spills on your shirt. The water's cold. Perhaps you trip over something. You're late. The traffic is crazy on this morning. You pick a fight with someone at work. You have a little bit of road rage. You don't get the groceries that you're looking for at the grocery store. You just have a crap, really unpleasant day. Okay? And there's some mornings that you wake up and it's like you're in a good mood, and then the days are just fabulous, and you just think, but how can I get more of this, consistency of the good stuff going? We're all energy, and as you know that, if you don't know that, you do now know that. And our frequency is like a radio station. So you get to tune into your radio station for the first 17 seconds to determine what song you are playing. And it's either doom and gloom, or it's some sunshine, happy song, okay, in your energy field. In the first 17 seconds, as you start realizing that you are awake, that first thought that is in your mind is something that you can really create momentum with, that can set you up to have a really good day. So when you reach for that phone from now on, switch it off and put the phone back down. And if you don't need an alarm and you're not using an alarm, the moment you wake up without an alarm and you realize that you're awake, you're lying there, it is in with those waking moments that I'm telling you now, you have an awareness of those waking moments that I am awake now. Because beforehand we're just like robots. Now you have created this awareness that you are awake. And you can actually talk to yourself and say, great, I'm awake now. I get to choose my thoughts, and I'm going to choose to have a really good day. Okay? So those first 17 seconds that you realize you're awake, the first thing that you have got to do is to lock on to the happiest, highest frequency thought that you can possibly think of early in the morning. And I know that I used to just grab my pillow because I didn't have to think too hard. I just grab my pillow and just give it a big hug and just like, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, pillow. And I used to just keep my happy really cocooned around me of thank you, duvet, thank you, pillow. Like, oh, thank you that I can just be snuggled underneath, you know, on a winter's morning. I used to think of just where am I now? Like, really, thank you for this comfy bed, and thank you for that I had a great night's sleep. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I used to lock this in, like, thank you, and just inside every cell, every bit of me, purposefully, like I milked it. I really, really milked it. And 17 seconds, after 17 seconds, you're putting into another 17 seconds. Into another 17 seconds, into another 17 seconds. And I actually think it's shorter now even than 17 seconds, but it really is just giving you starts giving you some momentum. And 68 seconds, which is 4 times 17 seconds if you can't think, you don't. It's a minute, just over a minute, guys, of waking up and lying there and really just locking onto something that you are so grateful for, and just like, so that makes you think so yummily inside, and it creates momentum from the 68 seconds. Okay, then you can actually roll over or whatever you need. But if you can spend a minute or two where you are just locked into happy, like whether you've got whatever's around you, just it's your internal frequency, your radio station, your internal frequency that we are now building from its core. And I really dissected this properly when I could feel this all, happening. I was like, I've got to change the old frequency, the old radio station that Suzie was stuck in. It wasn't working for me. I was just, as I said, getting the same results, different day, going round and round and round and round. So I found that 17 seconds, if I could wake up, I could think of something positive that put a smile on the inside, like selfishly owned that. 17 seconds times 4, like into 68 seconds. And if I could spend a couple of minutes, whatever, I used to just lock into gratitude and really just thank you for my fingers, my toes. Like I'd start walking to the bathroom and thank you for this. There's water coming out of this tap that we've taken for granted, turning on taps. And living through a drought, you learn to appreciate what is coming out of a tap. And thank you that I can have a shower, and thank you I can put a kettle on it. Thank you for this cup of coffee. And what you find happens is that you start feeling better every morning, and it creates that you've sent a ripple out into your day now, and your days become easier. Traffic isn't so bad. Somehow you find the right parking, of course. You have a really good day, you connect with someone, and you just had a really good day. Because the onus is upon you, solely you, to work on your energy field, your frequency. And I find that 17 seconds at a time in the morning sets me up for a better chance in my day. And I consciously, every single morning, the moment I found that exercise, which is, as I said, if you look up Abraham Hicks 17 seconds on YouTube, go listen to it. And it makes so much sense, and it really worked for me. And it is from that I now wake up in the morning and I still, first thing, I'm consciously aware of checking in on my frequency. And, it's a habit now of me waking up with a smile, because I am actually all smile now. But the days that I don't feel so lekker, I don't feel so great, then I check in on my 17 seconds all the time, because I'm responsible for my happy, and it is my frequency and my happy within me that I can then influence and support and be in, of use to mankind, that I'm a better frequency than something grumpy going around, which is a negative. So I hope that helps. And it is an incredibly powerful exercise that, that's simple. And it will really help you start, if you choose to, get out of your hamster wheel. So look into it.